Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today on Winter Fragments, guys, we're gonna play a little bit. Not too much today. I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I am getting sick. And, no one wants to hear, cracking voice, commenter, reading a story. So today's video, guys, might be a little shorter than usual. Today, I know I've been trying to do the 20 to 30 minutes of videos, but probably not today. This is probably going to be a 15 to maybe 16-minute video, maybe shorter. Anyway, guys, I forget where we are, being sick and all, so I'm just gonna start reading, guys. I spent the rest of the morning typing up a few scenes of our story on Chi's PC, while Chi finalizes the characters' designs in her sketchbook. Yeah! I haven't used a computer much, but I at least know where all the keys are on the board. My typing speed leaves something to be desired, but it's still quite quicker than writing, and it's easier to erase mistakes on the fly, which is true, guys. It is easier to erase mistakes. You don't have to get eraser dust everywhere. And just like Saku, my typing needs to be desired. I'm not typing. I can probably type 4 words a minute. I usually do the one finger at a time kind of typing. Anyway, I'm able to type up 5 pages in my first hour, which doesn't seem like much, but I'm proud of it. That's the first scene out of the way, at least. I've got all the exposition about Sumeri's family and her dire circumstances down. So now it's time to introduce the love interest. The key clacks between my the keys clack between my fingers at an increasingly rapid pace as I grow more comfortable with its layout. I think I'm making pretty speedy process, if I do say so myself. I should be an expert typist by the time the sun sets. I get so embroiled in my work, it takes me a few moments to notice the familiar presence standing behind my shoulders. Oh, gee. How long have you been standing there? Not that long, only a few seconds. Did you take a break from drawing? Chi nods. I think I finished Shimmer's base art. I need to scan the sketch, then finish it up digitally. Do you want to trade places? I can write out the rest of the scenes with a pen and paper. I was going to suggest that, but it's fine. You look like you're concentrating, and I don't want to disrupt you. Are you sure? You can exactly finish your work if I don't get off the PC. Don't worry about it. Keep on writing. I can start work on Takumi's sprites while I'm waiting. Okay. I turn my attention back to my script. I resume typing, but I can't get into rhythm. I can't get into the rhythm of things as easily as I did before. Let me move this out the way real quick. There, I got some trash over here. I don't know what that is. What was that? Chisato hasn't moved. She's still standing behind me, even closer now than she was before. What's she doing? Hey Chi, didn't you say you were gonna get back to your own work? I will, in a minute. Is something wrong? No, not really. I was just curious. About the story, of course. I want to read what you've done. Oh gee, that's very flattering. I'm super happy you're showing an interest, but this is still a rough draft. I haven't got back to edit it yet. I bet it's really repetitive and there's probably a whole bunch of typos. You should wait until I've fixed it up before you read it. Perhaps you're right. She relents. She draws away from me, which is something of a relief and simultaneously a bit of a bummer. It was a bit awkward, yeah, but being so acutely aware of my best friend's body, but I didn't dislike having her chest pressed up against my arm. I still want to read it though. I've not seen your writing before, and it was kind of cool, I guess. Cool. I am? Not most of the time, no. Don't get a swollen head. Under most circumstances, you're woefully inept. Well, gee, thank you for the compliment. You're so nice, Chi. You didn't let me finish. Cheese, harumps cutely. I was going to say, while you were often inept, you looked at a bit different just now while you were typing. I've not seen you so focused before. It was impressive. I see. So you saw me when I was in my serious mode, and it made you fall for me. Now you're venturing into the realm of fantasy. Well, I'm a writer. It goes with the territory. I'm supposed to make up stories about your characters, yes. About me, no thank you. That's going a step too far. What? Don't you want me to immortalize you as a adorable heroine? Let's stick to telling a Samiri's story for now. Alrighty, you're the boss. So what do you think of my story so far? You must have read a little bit of it, at least, over my shoulder. Do you like it? I try to affect an air of irreverence, but I'm actually rather invested in Chi's answer. I'm pretty happy with what I've written thus far. I skipped over that. Sorry about that, guys. She's a harsh critic, even, or especially to her friends. I'm fully prepared to have my work sliced to ribbons. I can only pray she spares my ego from complete annihilation. I'm only a wannabe writer with a few unfinished stories to my name. If she goes really hard on my first serious effort, I might cry. She contemplates for a few moments. Her expression, that inscrutable. Then, I think it's interesting. Really? You like it? Chi? I wasn't able to read enough of it to form a solid opinion, but I suppose I do like it, yes. It's obviously unpolished, and I did spot a couple of small mistakes, but they can be fixed up later. You're doing a good job. Wow, that's the first real compliment, guys, that I think Chi has expressed in a while. Look at that face, mouth wide open, smile there, and looks gleefully happy in the eyes, and she looks shocked in the eyes there. Wow, that's surprisingly sweet of you. I'm not being sweet, I'm simply telling the truth. If I hated it, I'd let you know. Yeah, I figured. You're not one to mince words. I was totally afraid for a little while that you'd eviscerate me. I might be cruel, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want to ruin my nails. Kind of a joke there. I mean, like, verbally. So, you think another, wow, guys, don't you hate being sick? You think other people will find my story interesting? I'm sure they will, but even if they don't, I don't care. I want to read this story to the end, so you have to keep writing it. I won't let you slack off. Now that's kind of scary. It's a bit reassuring too, though. Alright? I'm gonna try and knock out 3 whole scenes before lunch. I'm not about to disappoint you, Chi. If she likes the story, that's all the encouragement I need. I really am going to give this my all. I spend the rest of the day with Chi in her girlish bedroom working on our project, which we decide to call, after some deliberation, My Bittersweet Love Story. That's a good title. I toil away on her PC until lunch. Then the pair of us switch places. I detail the handful of scenes in one of Chi's sketchbooks while she scans her drawings and begin to color them digitally. Time passes in a rush of frantic activity, and before I know it, the sun has already set. We're in the tail end of December, and the days are a sliver of what they are in the height of summer. It's a bit after 5 o'clock when I set my pen aside, my wrist aching, and I glance out the window. The sky is dark blue, and it's all scattered with stars. I stretch, then frown. I wonder if I should head back home. Is it already that late? Is it that late already? It's getting there, yeah. Oh my. I didn't realize so much time had passed. I guess it flies when you're having fun. I flash Chi a bright smile, but soon it wavers. My parents will be wondering where I am. I said I'd be back this evening, but my gaze drops to Chi's sketchbook. Its white pages cramped full of my ideas. My handwriting's pretty big, and I curve my characters just so to make them look cute and bubbly. My teachers don't like it the way I write. My joyless math teacher, Mr. Irie, in particular, he says my writing's hard to read. Personally, I think he's complains too much. There's a bunch of boys in my class with handwriting worse than mine's, all cooked, wonky chicken scratches. At least I make an effort. I don't know if I want to go home just yet, though. I've still got a bunch I want to write, and I don't trust myself to do it at home. I'll never get anywhere without your prodding me, Chi. So you meant that you're hopeless without me. That was never up for debate. Yeah. Chi smirks. That's true enough. I'm glad you're so self-aware. It's one of my saving graces. I laugh weakly, then frown. I don't want to call it quits on this story. Not when you said it was interesting. That'd feel like a betrayal. What do you think? Where do you think I should do, Chi? Well, I wonder. Chi toys with a lock of her long, dark hair, her expression contemplative. If you don't mind, you could always stay here a few nights longer. Of course, I wouldn't mind. I'd love to spend more time with you, Chi, even if we weren't working on my bittersweet love story. But what about your parents? Would they be alright with it? I doubt they'd have any problems. My mother loves you for some unknown reason. And your father? When he's not at work, he's usually in his study. He's always so busy, he doesn't notice what's going on most of the time. If your parents really wouldn't mind, I guess I could stay a little longer. It'd be nice if we could spend a bit more time together. It is Christmas Eve and all. I fail to see how that's relevant. It's super relevant. It's, a holiday. We won't be going out. If you stay here, you'll be in my room around the clock, and you will be writing. I won't go easy on you, even if you are my friend. How harsh. Still, that's the way I like it. You wouldn't be Chi if you weren't kind of mean to me. I think I need it to keep me in line. You do indeed. Now that you're admitted to it, you can't act like a victim when I boss you around. I have no compunction about cracking the whip. Ooh, how exciting. I don't mean it like that, idiot. What a pity. I pout, which prompts Chi to sigh in a deep, fed-up manner. I think you've been spending too much time with my older sister. She's a bad influence. Oh, it'll be fine. I won't let Soren corrupt me. I swear. I flash Chi a set of double peace signs, to which she rolls her eyes. She's awfully good at that. I think you're plenty corrupt already. But you can still be saved if you promise to work hard and to stay away from sorority. If you can keep it in mind, I'll ask my mother if you can stay a bit longer. Do you think your own parents would let you? They should be fine with it, yeah. It's not like we celebrate Christmas Eve back home, or Christmas proper. We don't even give out presents. It's the same for our family. Dad's usually working on Christmas anyway. We should be getting fried chicken, though. Oh, fried chicken. If you stay over, you can have some. No, you have it to sit in the corner and watch us eat. How cruel. You at least let me gnaw on the bones or two. What are you, an animal? Well, maybe. I really don't mind crunching bones between my teeth. The marrow's not bad. Ew. Maybe you really are an animal. I'd rather not see my best friend chowing down on greasy bones from KFC, so I guess I can set aside a few thighs for you. Alright. Now I've got to spend Christmas with you. I'll go and ask my mother. Then, do you want to come with? Sure. I bound up from my bed, a flurry of teenagery energy, and head down with Chi. We find Mrs. Sima in the living room watching something on TV. She has one of Mr. Sima's crisp white shirts on her lap and a sewing needle in her hand. I think she's stitching a shirt. Mr. Sima looks the spit of typical traditional housewife. Mrs. Her dark hair piled back in a habitual bun. I skipped another passage, guys. I think I'm getting even sicker now. If only she were wearing a kimono rather than a white sweater and a long skirt, then she'd fit in with the cliches down to a T. Hey mother, can I ask you something? What? Oh, of course you can. Anything for you, Chi. A smiling Mr. Sima sets Mr. Sima's shirt aside, turns down volume of the TV, then swivels about to address us. I must say, it's nice to see you two. You've both been shut away upstairs all day. You almost seem like a stranger, Chi. I think it's kind of cute that Mr. Sima uses the same nickname for her daughter that I do. I wonder if she picked it up from me. I've been to the Sima's house so often it must have stuck. Sorry about that, mother. We've been busy. I'm glad to hear it. What have you been up to then? Winter homework? I pull a face. I'd rather not think about that now. Mr. A gave me so many equations to do. He doesn't know it's nearly Christmas. Where's his holiday spirit? Mrs. Seema laughs at this, as she often does in regards to my outburst. She seems to find me funny. I take it he's not heard of peace on earth and goodwill to all men. He definitely hasn't. He's a total sadist. I bet he gets off on making cute girls cry. Hey, Saku, don't say that in front of my mother. She hisses, affronted, and nudges me in the rib with her pointy elbow. Mrs. Seema, however, doesn't seem at all perturbed by my outburst. She laughs again, then shakes her head. She must be accustomed to crass comments, what with having sorority as a adulta. Oh, don't worry, Chi. Oh, don't worry, Chi. You don't need to scold Saku for me. But she was being rude. Maybe she was, but I can understand where she's coming from. I was a student myself once, and I know how hard school can be. It's a total pain. I don't see why I've got to waste my time with work, not even in the classroom. It isn't fair, is it? You're right, it isn't. So, if you're not doing your homework, what have you girls been up to? We've been working on our own visual novel. Ooh, a visual what? It's something like a picture book, kind of. It's like those story games Chi likes buying. Oh, like the ones my Chi likes to play on her PC with all the handsome, big-eyed boys. Mother, please. Chi deflates beneath her mother's good-natured questioning. She looks painfully embarrassed. Look, she's turning red there. She's not so red and smiling and happy, and she's, embarrassed. I can't tell Chi's had enough of this subject. If I was a better friend, I'd drop it, but seeing Chi flustered is too fun a situation not to exploit. That's exactly right. She's always playing games like that. You meet a lot of handsome boys and you date them. We want to make something similar. Hey, Saku, cut it out. My mother doesn't need to know all the details, but I want to know the details. I'm interested in you, Chi. Oh man, it's not important really. Now, that isn't true. Don't downplay your interest, Chi dear. I don't understand them, but it doesn't make these virtual novels. That's visual novels, mother. Sorry, my mistake. I think she did that on purpose. I don't know anything about these so-called visual novels, but I know you like them. That makes them important. You're being way too serious about this, mother. It's embarrassing. That's what mothers do, I'm afraid. We exist to embarrass our precious daughters. My mom's plenty embarrassing too. She never leaves me alone when I have friends over. She's always in and out of my bedroom, offering drinks and snacks. There, you see, we mothers are made to be embarrassing. It's how we express our love. Mrs. Hijika, Hikata isn't so different to me. Maybe not, but Saka's mother isn't here right now. She sighs. I feel like you two are picking on me. As if we'd do that. I throw one arm around Chi's shoulder. You're being paranoid, Chi. I do wonder. Chi pushes my arm away. She looks incensed, and I can't say I blame her. I wouldn't tell my own mother about my fondness for visual novels as far for my feelings for Doria. Forget it. That'd be excruciating. Oh, you girls. Mrs. Shima chuckles. You get along so well, you make me think of my own school friends back when I was your age. I hope your friends didn't torment you like Saku does. Oh no, I was one doing the torturing. I've always had a unique sense of humor, Mom says. Now As you mentioned, I can totally see that. She pouts while adjusting the hem of her skirt. She clears her throat, then says after a pause, "So, can I ask you something now, Mother?" "Oh yes, you did say you had something to talk about, didn't you?" "Yes, I did. I was going to ask you if Saku could stay here a few days longer, but..." She shoots me a dead glare. I'm starting to second guess that myself. I don't know if I have the fortitude to deal with her antics. What? Gee, that's not fair. Just think about our story. It's not going to write itself. Don't you care about Suri and Takumi? Who are you? Who are Suri and Takumi? Oh, they're nobody. They're the characters in our visual novel we're working on. Suri is the main character and Toki is her love interest. Oh, I see. How lovely. Will you be working on this story more while you are here, Saku? That's the plan. It was the plan, but it might get derailed if you keep running your mouth. Huh? Are you threatening me, Chi? I might be. Chi cracks her knuckles in a manner that can't be described as ladylike. That's not the kind of thing a student at the esteemed Saint Cecilia should be doing. She looks more like a thug than a well-bred young madam. We've been learning about French Revolution in history class. Do you want to see how you'd fare without your head, Saku? No way. Not my cute head. Anything but that. Then I advise you to stop blabbering, my mother, you traitor. Mrs. Seema, for her part, doesn't look at all perturbed at her youngest daughter's behavior. She only laughs like she's watching a two-person comedy performance. I don't mind at all. If you want to stay a few more days, the merrier. Oh great, thank you, Mrs. Seema. I owe you. I'll try to be on my best behavior, and I promise I won't overstay my welcome. I'll be back home before New Year's. I'd imagine your parents would prefer that, yes. Just try to set some time aside for your homework, alright? Wouldn't want the sadistic Mr. Erie giving you any trouble. I'll try to get to it. When I finish penning Sumari and Taku, love story, that is. And don't rile my chi up too much. Do you hear? I'm very fond of you. I would feel awful if she really was driven to violent murder. It would make things rather awkward with your parents, and blood is awfully hard to clean up. Thank you for your concern, I guess. It's no problem. Do you want to call your parents to confirm things with them? Oh yes, I probably should do that. Thank you for the reminder. I come near the phone in the living room, then punch in my home number. My mother picks up on the phone on the fourth ring and answers in a slow, unhurried way. This is Gigi residence. Who's calling? I guess she's not that cut up about my absence. I give my mother a brief rundown of the situation. I omit all the parts about the visual novel I'm developing with Chi. So can I stay a few more days? I was thinking until next Friday. Is that alright? The 30th? Mother ponders. That's fine with me. What did the Seema say? Do they mind putting up with you for so long? I asked Miss Seema already, and she said it was fine. Well, if she doesn't mind, I have no problems. Don't make any trouble for them, and make sure you come back by New Year's. We're supposed to be visiting your grandparents, remember? Yeah, I've got it. My familiar obligations aren't something I can forget about in a hurry. Worst luck. We always visit my parental grandparents on New Year's. They live in a couple hours away in a small town which is on the cusp of being in the middle of nowhere. Their home is a traditional Japanese house, all takami floors and sliding doors. It's freaking freezing. I'd be happy never had to go there again, but seems unfair to my grandparents. they're not all that bad. I'm actually quite fond of them as far as old people go. My grandparents are funny. My grandpa's a funny guy. My grandma cooks. Cooking is great, and they're generous with their New Year's money. I'd be sad if, indeed, I'm too old to receive freebies from my extended family around New Year's. Mom, you should come back here and leave behind your school bag and uniform before it gets too late though, and you can fetch some spare clothes while you're at it. You didn't bring enough pairs of underwear with you for a long trip, did you? Oh no, I thought I was only going to stay for one night. I know, so you slip slide when you come to making plans. Okay, it's that sense that you rather like your father. Now, it's already dark outside. Will you be alright walking home on your own? I would offer to pick you up, but I'm going to make a start on dinner soon, and your father isn't here. I'd be fine. Our house is only like 20 minutes away. Are you sure? I can hear my mother's furrowed brow in her words. I don't like the thought of you walking back here in the dark. Anything could happen, and it's so cold. I've heard it might snow soon. It's no problem. Don't worry, Mom. If it bothers you, I can run all the way back. That would bother me even more. I wouldn't want you to trip. Tripping, my mother sighs. She's such a worrywart. She's less smiley than Seema, but she expresses her fondness for me in other ways. Her concern sometimes gets on my nerves, but right now it makes me smile. I'll be fine, don't worry. The sooner we get off the phone, the sooner I can get there and back. Alright? Right? Oh, alright then, you raise a good point. I'll see you later, Saku. Yeah, I'll see you. I hang up the phone and then relay the conversation to the Seamas. Mrs. Seema offers to drive me back home herself, but I decline. I don't want her to put her out. It might be dark outside, but I still have the twinkling of Christmas lights to guide me. Our town is quite jovial during this time of the year. It might be nice to take a walk on my own. It'll give me time to turn over more ideas for a bittersweet love story. I've always loved writing, but I never knew it could be this much fun. Well guys, I'm gonna stop here. My voice is about to explode. I'm gonna save it. Just gonna save it over number 1 fan. Since I messed it up, doesn't matter. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you when I'm feeling better, guys. Peace.